Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of RTHD. In this quick episode, I want to talk a little bit about just getting started with streaming online. And so that's for like streaming on YouTube or Twitch or whatever other service that you want to stream to. Alright, so basically I want to start off with what programs you would use. Now there's basically two programs, both are free, that you can get online. And the first one is a very popular program called OBS. And it's really OBS Studio, and I just want to show you guys what this looks like. So you can get this for Windows. I believe it's also available for Linux, and I think even for perhaps Mac. I'm not too certain about the Mac, but I think it also is available for those platforms as well. So the thing is that OBS Studio is actually like an open source piece of software that does streaming for you. Now, how it does this is that you actually set up scenes. As you can see here, I have like different scenes. I have scene 2. That the screen that you're seeing here is actually my second monitor. So if I move my mouse over, you'll see the mouse moving over on that side there. That's my second monitor. So I can actually stream this monitor directly to the YouTube service or Twitch or whatever else is available outside there. So the main thing is that you could create different scenes, and as you can see, I'm going to switch over now to like another scene, which is the display scene, and it's going to look a little bit strange because it's kind of repeating itself over and over. And of course, you can see me there as well too with a camera. Now, basically, each scene allows different sources, and this is how you add different elements to your screen. So, for example, your stream. So, for example, right now I have Logitech setup, which is the camera. And I have the display, which is the red part that you're seeing here. And you could overlay as much sources as you want, but just you have to remember that the more sources you actually put onto the scene is the more CPU you'll be using. So the thing is, as I come back to the whole reason for this episode, is that you can actually used OBS Studio, which is open source and has been out for very long. As you can see, the version is like 24. So they have been working really, really tirelessly at making streaming software that is free for you to use and absolutely free. And you can get your streaming done and so forth. Now, there is an alternative, which is Streamlabs OBS, which I'm going to open up here as well. I already have them open just to make it quick. And Streamlabs OBS actually uses the OBS, the original OBS one that we just saw here, and it builds upon that. So many Twitch users tend to use Streamlabs because it's a little bit more graphically oriented. It has a lot more features added onto it, like cloud features. So for example, with Streamlabs, you could actually save your layouts or your scenes, as we just kind of, the interface is a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same concept. You have your scenes and you have your sources for your scenes. And basically, you could do some more animations and so forth, and animated text, and you could do that with OBS, the standard one, but it's going to be a little bit harder to do. Also, there's some nice little things, like there's a feature where there's an alert box. So when you are on Twitch, for example, and somebody subscribes, you'll see the alert box will say, hey, somebody has subscribed, and you could adjust that and so forth. And that's really the difference between both. Now, I want to mention very quickly as well, too, since this is a short video, that you have to choose which software you're going to use very wisely. And the reason is because if you don't have one of the latest processors outside there, latest computers that are really super fast, you want something that's not going to overuse your CPU, especially if you're going to be doing gaming, because when you're running your games, of course, obviously your games is going to use a lot of CPU. It's going to be CPU intensive, and so when you're streaming as well, the stream itself or whatever you're recording will have to be encoded and then sent out to a server. So you'll have to have fast internet as well. But the main thing is that you're going to add a lot more CPU usage as well when you're streaming as well. And that could slow down your games. It could slow down what's actually being processed and going out to the server. And that's going to affect the experience. And so streamers may not like, people who are viewing your stream may not like if it gets jerky or it sticks and so forth. And so in my next episode, I'm going to show you guys how I actually resolve some of those issues, because I don't have the fastest PC and sometimes I play games, and so I had to figure out how to actually spread the load across so that I could actually get a good quality stream going at 720p. So this is just an introduction. The main idea is that you have to pick this very wisely. Now, people say that Streamlabs OBS actually uses less CPU, but I don't think it actually does that. It's actually quite interesting. What Streamlabs does is it actually opens a separate process. So if I were to just show you Task Manager very quickly, when you open Streamlabs, you see this is Streamlabs here, but it has actual different processes that run in the background. And so if you were to compare, as you could see, Streamlabs is actually using more CPU than OBS Studio, and it's because, of course, Streamlabs has a little bit more graphic features and so forth as well too, and that causes, that causes it to use more CPU and so forth. So if you have a low-end CPU, I would suggest you try OBS, the actual standard OBS Studio, which is this one. And if you have a more high intensive like a Ryzen or something really, much more CPU, faster CPU, you should use Streamlabs OBS. So guys, this is just, as I said, an intro to what to use to get started with your streaming. And we'll go into a little bit more detail as we go along as well. So thank you for viewing, and I'll see you guys again soon on another episode of RTHD coming to YouTube screen near you. Take care. Bye.